stream is up and running. I believe it's up and running. If it is, give a thumbs up in the chat. Today we are going to be making random pattern Damascus. If you don't know what that is, basically it's where you take multiple layers of 1084 and 15920, which are two different types of steel, and layer them up, and then you just squish them really flat so you have quite a few layers. And then when you grind them after, you don't do anything special to it, but after English, my goodness, I can't speak very well. Basically you get a cool pattern when you grind it off, because it's not going to be perfectly flat and level. Basically you get just cool pattern, I guess. That made no sense, probably. My apologies. These are our steel rods. Here's some 5920, but these are really skinny, so I'm not going to use these ones. And also, I will be right back. I gotta go get something. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back. Okay. We're gonna take these out. I think I'm gonna make a Bowie knife. Probably a Bowie knife. Possibly. But today our focus is just focused on getting the Damascus made. This is our 5920 steel, which it's a foot long by 1.5 inches by 1/8 inch thick. This is going to be our white steel. This is going to be the steel that is white, light colored. This is our 1084 steel. Same dimensions, same size, but this is going to be our dark steel. So we got our light and dark steels. These are some pretty common steels for using Damascus. At least that's what I've heard before. But yes, we're going to take these steels and layer them one after the other. I'm gonna go for 100 layer Damascus here. So we're gonna start off with, actually no, we'll see what I end up getting. I'm doing this all by hand. I'm not doing any of this with a press because I don't have one. First off, these are way too long, so we're gonna have to cut them down to size. What size are they? It doesn't say, that's way too big. Honestly, I didn't actually do much deliberation for how big I wanted my billet to be. Cut into thirds. My tool right here is not long enough to go the entire distance. Gonna measure how big this is. Zero it out here. Okay, go 6 inches, great. Oh wait, it's 12 inches long, duh. Okay, gonna cut this into 4-inch pieces, probably. I don't think these are full foot long. They advertise as a foot long, but I don't think they're a full foot long. Oh, I should also see how many pieces I need. I think if we cut up 3 of them, 3 of each, giving us 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. That'll give us 18 layers to weld together. Let's do that. Let's cut 3 of each one of these. Again, I've never tried to do this before, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna grab a square. After I get these cut, we're gonna clean each piece and then we're gonna weld it together. It's very important to clean your steel, as I've seen some people's billets not weld together properly because they didn't clean it. Chat, remember this for me? I'm going to color the side of the 15920 with a red Sharpie so that I can remember which one is 15920. The white steel. Last time I made a Damascus, I forgot to mark the pieces and I had to guess which one was which type of steel. Which was not good, but I'm marking the sides, covering the side in red Sharpie so that it should be very easy to distinguish between the two, supposedly. And we're gonna leave the 1084 steel unmarked. Let's cut the steels. I'm gonna be moving you around. I don't have a cameraman to do it for me. I'm gonna cut them into pieces. Eye protection and ear protection, very important. Got to plug this in. The cheese slope. Thank you. Now it's in the chat so we won't forget. There's the first 3. There's our stack of steel. I'm realizing now, once I double this in height, that's gonna be a lot to forge out by a hand hammer. We got work set up for us today. Let's cut the next set. As you can see, it's red on the side. Good day to you, Christopher Kramer. Thanks for joining the stream. There we go. There's our 15 and 20. And our not 15 and 20, 1084. The more I look at it, the more dread I have. This is a really big billet to forge out by hand. That's a lot. I'm deciding whether I should use all 18 layers. What do you think, y'all? Should I use all 18 layers? That's a lot to forge out by hand. Wow, that is still hot. I can do it. Okay. In that case, we're gonna try to go for it. And hopefully nothing bad happens. I guess we'll... cheese slope, are we sure that's enough layers? Not sure, how about you? Definitely. Okay. This part's always fun. I love stacking them together. It's kind of satisfying for some reason. 1084. Wait. I just realized we can't stack them together yet. We have to clean them, which we do very easily by just grabbing our ridiculously huge stack. Coming over here to my fancy new toy. This part shouldn't be too long. It's relatively quick. We just have to grind the very, very surface layer off of it. Try 30 layers next time. Maybe when I have a press, bro. Actually, I'm thinking about building myself a press, but that'll be in the future. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna take these and just basically run along the bottom side of the grinder on both sides just a couple times to get any layers off. I'm gonna move to 120 grit belt though. This one's too coarse. Oops. Where is it? This is my new Broadbeck 2x72 belt grinder, by the way. Huge upgrade to what I was using. I was using that grinder up there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I was using that grinder up there. It was I think it was like a 4x36. Very not nice. I also just bought another new toy, this magnet. It's very strong. Oh, I can pick up 2 layers. It supposedly has a 100-pound pull force. Taking the very, very top layer off. Kind of hard to get it off sometimes. we're done with, oh, that's hot. The 1084 layers. We just gotta do that thing again for all the 1095. No, that's not 1095. 15 and 20. Like I said, doesn't take very long. Just a quick zits on both sides. Hey, mainly off grid, what's up, bro? Actually, I assume it's a bro. But I guess I haven't checked. Thanks for joining the stream. One last one. There we go. That's all. What are you making? We are making a random pattern Damascus. So, I assume you know what that means. I don't know if you do much Damascus or not, but go. Now, basically, if you don't know what that means, or for those of you who don't know what it means, because there's a bunch of people on, it's basically where you just take a bunch of layers of steel, layer them up, and smash them together, and then just forge it into a knife, and then just grind it off sides. Basically, which will make some layers kind of poke through and other layers not, giving you a really random Damascus look. It looks really cool. Your favorite kind of, yeah, that's perfect. Also, if you guys didn't know, these magnets, this is a magnet that supposedly has a 100-pound pull force. So it holds onto your metal and it's not gonna go anywhere. Like it is beautiful. I only recently started getting magnets to hold my metal, but it's amazing. Okay. Next thing to do after this is to clean all the parts with acetone. No, not acetone. Actually, I think acetone would work if I remember what acetone is. But I meant ammonia. I'm gonna go get that. Ammonia, that stuff. Apparently it cuts oils and does stuff. So, that's what we're gonna do. Yikes, I'm tripping over everything. Put my glasses back on. I usually don't wear my glasses when I'm grinding because well, I have sparks get embedded in the lenses, and obviously that's not a good thing. One moment. I started this stream about 26 minutes ago, and we've got 1,600 people on overtime already. Yes, definitely. Everybody hit the like button. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, what am I doing? This is also, I've not done a lot of Damascus in my life. So, we'll see how this works. Oop. There we go. Garage door is open part way, but not all the way because it keeps raining on and off. But it just fell shut. What am I doing? Oh, that's what I'm doing. Just gonna take not acetone. I want to keep calling this acetone. Ammonia, and put it on this and just, I guess, wipe it and clean it off. Clean off all the oils and try not to get your finger oils on it. Cleaning up the 1084 steels. This part is important because apparently you don't want oils in your in between your layers, which obviously, actually I think that's obvious. I don't know if that's obvious. But making sure it's just all clean. We got a decent amount of people on the stream. Like, I'm gonna continue streaming on Wednesdays. Wednesday's great. The last stream I did on Wednesday, I was on for 2 or 3 hours, and I had 22,000 people over the entire stream. So that was my best stream yet. The biggest stream before that was 7K. Also, you guys can tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I could very likely be doing something wrong without having absolutely any idea. All I've ever done was watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I've never actually taken any classes or something when it comes to making Damascus. So I could be doing something very wrong here. Don't worry, I won't be mad if you absolutely burn my forging techniques and all that stuff. I appreciate the advice. Okay. Also, have you all, while I'm doing this, have you all seen my last video? The one that is the Twisted Damascus that I made? I put out that video. It didn't do very well. I think it's because I never put a voiceover over it, which I really should have done. Because I realized there's somebody that commented on that last video, and they're like, yeah, this looks really good. You put a lot of work into this, but it would be helpful if you would explain what was happening, because the people that don't have any idea about forging have absolutely no idea what's going on, which, yeah, it made a lot of sense. I didn't think about that until after I published the video, so I probably should actually re-edit that video and with a voiceover, because honestly, thinking back on it now, if you're not a blacksmith, you probably don't really know what's going on in that video. Obviously, I would assume a lot of my people are not blacksmiths. Although I know there's a decent amount of you guys that are blacksmiths, as I've done some question polls and stuff like that, and a decent proportion was blacksmiths, which is always fun to see. I love the blacksmith community. Okay, getting all these cleaned up. Last video is magnificent. Thank you, Christopher. It was really fun to make. Actually, you guys can buy that knife on my Etsy shop now. It's that Twisted Damascus with a stabilized dyed green burl handle. brass fittings. You can buy it on my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop name is PB Blacksmithing, just like my YouTube name. So if you're interested, it's a little pricier because it did take me a long time to make. But you know, if you have the funds and you're interested, then yeah, you can always check that out too. Okay, we're almost done cleaning the billets. Then we'll stack them, weld them together, turn on the forge, and hand forge them. Forge them all by hand. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, last piece. Well, I guess you can see that. Let me get that. Where'd the Sharpie go? Oh, it is. The red is coming off. Here we go. This is our, I think 1084. Wait a minute. I already forgot, y'all. Let me go up to the top. 15 and 20 is the red. Okay, so this is our 15 and 20 steels. Perfect. Let us go and stack them. Hey, Mr. Dan, thank you. One of those. And we're going to alternate between 1084 and 15 and 20 steels. I've actually never worked with these steels before, so this would be a first. There we go. Here is our billet. 1084 is gray, 15 and 20 is red. Let's go clamp these together and weld them up. Trying to get it straight and all straight and stuff. What am I building? I am making a random pattern Damascus. Probably gonna end up turning it into a Bowie knife, but that is undetermined. But currently, I'm just working on making the Damascus. So, random pattern Damascus. Gonna go for however many layers I end up getting. Okay. Let's go weld this together. Gonna have to make a couple trips outside. My welding setup is nothing to look at. Basically, I have a power box outside and one moment. I have a power box outside and that I can plug my welder in, so that's what we're gonna use. And also, you guys are gonna have to see some pretty bad welding. I am not a welder. I am somebody that can sort of weld, but is not a welder. I need to go get my mask, my gloves, the rod that we're gonna attach to the handle as the handle so we can hold on to it. And then I'll be right back and we can weld this whole thing together. Okay, y'all. Let's see what happens. Actually, this is attached to a kind of rusty C-clamp. I don't think that's gonna work. I'm going to get another clamp that's not rusty. Okay, this will work. Didn't see the clamp, but this will work. Again, let me specify, I am not a welder. But I can do it just enough to keep my billets together. My welding mask is flickering. Let me go get a different one. I don't even know if this one works. We're about to find out. Yes, I am not. Blacksmithing is not really my job. It's definitely a hobby job. You would be correct with that, US. Not beautiful, but it's welded. Also, you guys probably can't see very well. I hate welding on a live stream. I'm so bad at it. Well, if any one of you suffered through watching that, good job, you got a gold medal. Not really, because I'm too broke to give you a gold medal. Yes, I am bad at welding in general. I think that's kind of what I said. Yes, Christopher. I definitely have been teaching myself everything, basically. Weld into it. Hey, maybe y'all know what I'm doing wrong. There we go. We have one last thing to weld together. J-Max, what amp am I using? 90 amps. Less pressure, more angle, more heat. Cleaner surface, could be, yeah. J-Max. I too face these problems due to low current supply from grid. Okay, so if I go, oh wait, actually, I'm actually at 130 amps. I was reading the DC current. I'm actually ampage wise. Okay, somehow we gotta attach this handle to this billet. Again, we'll actually see what happens. As welders hate me. 1 billet. That took a very long time. Okay, if any of you guys like made it through that, good job. I appreciate it. You guys are loyal viewers. Let's go. Oops. The camera's spinning on me. Let's go stick this in the forge, heat it up, and attempt to smash it. Oh my goodness. Camera keeps wanting to spin. I got stuff in my hands I gotta put down. If anyone wants to examine my welds, here's what they look like. This side's not that bad. I don't even know what's going on up there. This side, well, yeah, that side is... We don't talk about this side. But this side doesn't look bad, I think. Okay, let's grind some of these welds down. This will be another very quick grinding, but I do have to grind those out later. I do have to grind these welds out later because I don't want to contaminate the billet with mild carbon steel. Yeah. Would MIG be easier for him? By mug, I assume you mean MIG. I know MIG would be easier for me, as that was a lot hotter than I thought it would be. Hopefully that was not bad to do that. Is it bad to do that? I hope that's not bad to do. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for the subscription. I need to cool this down because I need to grind the welds off. Oh yeah, like I was saying, I need to grind the welds off later because I don't want to contaminate the billet with mild steel, which is not good for a blade, obviously. Thunderstorm 55 subscribed. Thank you very much. JMax, thanks for subscribing as well. Ow! That's still hot. That is a lot too. Forge out by hand. Sam, I also subscribed. Thank you very much. I love it when people subscribe. It's nice. Obviously. Like I've said, I've done very, very little Damascus or pattern welded. Actually, this is technically called pattern welded, but very little Damascus-y type stuff in my life. So forgive me if I do something too horrible. Let me change my belt. something a little bit coarser. One day I'll have too many subscribers. Oh, not if I keep doing things like that. Yes, that would be actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna put a ton of work into YouTube to like get a massive amount of subscribers, as I'm not looking for a lot of fame. But I am looking for enough popularity that eventually I'll be able to consistently be able to sell the knives that I create. And also, it's just fun to show people what I do. I like it, and I really want other people to like blacksmithing. Let's just grind the welds off the other side as well. Like I said, it doesn't take very long to grind the weld off. Tough board. Let's go turn the forge on. Gotta get the lighter. Front and back burner on. Also, I don't know if you can hear hear me while I was grinding or not, but we ground the welds. These welds that stick out off, so there's less of the weld that actually like gets pounded into the steel. And this is the biggest piece of steel I've ever tried to forge together. I wonder what I got myself into. Okay, perfect. I got two burners, obviously, as you can see on the top. They're both on, both heating up. I'm gonna heat the forge up till it gets a little bit hotter than that, because I've heard some bladesmiths say that you're supposed to heat your forge up for some reason. So that's what I'm gonna do. Then we'll stick this in there. Hello, Big Bang. Thanks for joining the stream. This is my clutch oil. I am dipping my Damascus in here because I've seen people do that. Basically, what it does is it puts the oil in it and on the outside, and it burns off and leaves a dirty layer on the outside so that no oxygen can get in. And they're close enough together so the oil shouldn't be able to get between the layers. I'm also going to use borax, mainly because I'm a little bit scared of this not welding together properly. But, you know. That is incredibly hot. Got this. Thanks, Thunderbolt. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. 1 hour in, I've got it welded, cut, cleaned, welded together, and forge is on, ready to do forging things. Sorry, setting up my camera. Also, if that door light is too much, I can shut that. We're just gonna have to wait a little bit for the forge to heat up. Whoa, this live stream is doing really good. See that? 11,000 views in basically 1 hour. That's doing really good. So if it keeps going like this, we'll definitely beat my last record. I think it's probably pretty close. The door is just fine. Perfect. Take this. That is so stinking hot. And we're gonna put it in there. What's my favorite knife I've made? I will get to that question very soon. And it's heating up. But I'm going to keep the phone a little bit far away from it because last time I put my phone too close, the tripod melted and bad things happened. putting it directly beside the flame because I've seen some blacksmiths do that. And, yeah, basically just because I've seen some blacksmiths do that. No actual reason. But yes, it's in there and it's heating up in there. Okay, Cheese Flow, about your question. What's the favorite knife I've made? Probably, I made a very simple elven short sword from Lord of the Rings. Actually, I can grab that. So, these are a couple of my favorites. This one is kind of sort of based on something I saw in Lord of the Rings. I made this one a while ago. Yeah, I made it a while ago. I like it. It's a big blade and it's shiny, pretty shiny. And obviously, I did all the grinding with an angle grinder, so it's not got like the smooth platinum finish of a ball grinder. But this is one of my more favorite ones because it's just fun. Looks like an IV or an IV. I don't. Okay. Inverse Kuri. I've never heard of that one before. They put the piece of metal on the site for a more even heat. Oh, okay. They put the piece of metal on the side for a more even heating to help prevent hot spots. That's great. Did not actually know why they did that. Here's probably either my first or second favorite. This is a really long Bowie knife with a fairly large belly to it. Has a metal back with a pummel nut and a whatever guard piece, whatever that is. Anyway, this is probably very likely my favorite knife. Has a walnut handle with a hickory piece through it. I'm not very good with terminology. Looks great. And also, I have one more blade. Well, honestly, we have a few minutes, maybe 15. Before this knife, this billet's actually hot enough to weld. No, absolutely 15 or more. This is maybe I think I put the Bowie knife at the first, this one at second. This is the twisted Damascus knife that I made not that long ago with the dyed stabilized green burl handle, a brass finger guard, and a twisted Damascus, I guess Japanese razor style blade. I went with the flat edge because I thought it looked kind of cool. I've never done one before, but that's that. You can actually buy this one on Etsy. This one is available on Etsy, but it is in the mid-hundreds price-wise. So, if you have the funds and you want a cool knife, that will work. I don't know much about finishing Damascus blades yet, but I have done. What do I sell of those? Okay, I sell this one, and then I also sell the Bowie knife. This one. This one's like $200 on Etsy, and this one is, well, you can find the price when you go to Etsy. It's a big price compared to the other knives. It is way less than $1,000 though. Don't worry, I'm not gonna try to scam anybody out of $1,000, not anytime soon. Okay. I'm not actually scamming anybody, but I would never want to pay that much for a knife. Okay, we have billet hasn't even started to change colors yet. Keyword, soon. Yes. This is really hot in here, but it has not even started changing colors, so we will just be talking to each other like old friends for a little while. So, is there any questions that you guys have that you want an answer to? If it's blacksmithing related, I might be able to help you. If it's just anything random, I also might be able to help you, but probably not. Basically, I need talking points, and I don't have a list of talking points to just pull out of the hat. Yes. Let us all remember the word soon differs by person using the word. Yes. My version of soon could mean any time. Actually, you guys, what is, like, when you say, yeah, I'll get to that soon, or like, I'll be doing this soon, basically, is soon shorter or longer for you guys than others? What do you, like, for you, what do you think? Another person subscribed. I can see that. I can see you guys who subscribes if you have public subscriptions on. But this guy's name is in Russian, so I can't read that. So I won't give a shout out because I can't read it. Thunderstorm 55. For me, it's about a year. Yeah, so we got something in common. Our soon means not soon. Oh, that's ammonia. Don't want that on the phone. What about anyone else? Also, I think I should have just done like 2 things of metal, cut into 3 slices, giving me 12 layers instead of 18 layers. Choose slow production. Soon means I'm probably procrastinating. Yes. These are 5920, but they are like half the thickness that I wanted. So when I bought them, I was like, whoa, these are way too thin, so I just bought more. But apparently I actually bought what I clicked on. I just clicked on the wrong thing. Christopher, 18 is not enough. So I was thinking about going to 100 layers. Lewis, soon is in process. Yes. So it looks like several of us. Oh wait. Lewis, do you mean like soon is in process as like you're working on it right now, or like you're about to start doing it? Wait, you wanna like define specifically what you mean there? Because actually I could read that like 3 different ways. Should I really try to go for 100? That's a lot of layers. That's a lot of forging. If I go to 100, I probably won't make it today. Soon means to me that it's in process. Got it. So it looks like a lot of us procrastinate. Use soon as a word to procrastinate. What do you think, y'all? Let me put up a text poll. How many layers stay at 18? Go to 100. There we go. Text poll. How many layers? Stay at 100. Stay at 18 or go to 100 and probably die. Make a separate 100 layers, so I should stay at this one. So I should keep this one at 18 and then make another 100 later. Make a separate one with 100 layers. I think that I like that idea. I'll be right back. I have to get my glasses because I cannot see very well. Long distance, that is. Okay, Christopher, I think I like your idea. I think I'll stick with 18 for this one. Maybe cut it in half and go to... Can anybody do math? What's 18 plus 18? Wait. 36. That took way too long to figure out. Wait, am I right? Oh yeah, I am right. Thanks. It's hard 100 layers? Yes, 100 layers would be very hard. How many times would I have to cut that in half? So to get from 18 to 100, so if I took this billet, cut it up into about 5 pieces, and then re-welded it back together again, that would give me about 100, but then that would have a really tall billet to forge out, so... Okay, so if I cut it into 3 pieces, and then if I cut it into 3 pieces, getting the 18 layers to 52 layers, I think, and no, 54 layers, and then cut that in half and weld that together, that would get me to 108 layers. But that still looks like a lot of work, so let's see what the text poll says. Okay, looks like we're going to stay with 18 layers. Hey, good to see you again. How's Damascus going from the last time? Damascus from the last time? Yeah, we don't talk about that. That was interesting.
Oops.
Hello, Highland Ironworks. Let's, yeah, I'm gonna get that Damascus you're talking about. This is the Damascus that you're talking about, I believe, from last time. It's a cable wire, sorry, my voice just cracked. It's like a cable wire Damascus. I tried to put a carding wax finish. There's a lot of delaminations in the core, so I'm not actually going to finish this thing. I'm just going to set it aside for now. But yeah, this is how far I got it.
Obviously I was doing some test etching, so etching's not all that great. But yeah, as you can see, it has a pretty unique pattern. So yeah, that's how far I got. Oh, the billet's starting to glow. It maybe someday soon. Okay, we're actually gonna put borax on this billet. Wow, that is a hot, heavy billet. Ugh, that is heavy. You want to catch it when it's getting hot to like melt the borax, but isn't too hot so that it starts forming scales. Not scales, scale. And then you just want to get all the seams covered. There we go. It's covered in borax. I could put a brick in front of the forge and make it heat up way faster. The pattern looks nice. Sad it didn't fuse together. Yes, it is very sad that it did not fuse together properly. Yes, I definitely have learned something. I'm pretty sure what happened was either I didn't have enough pressure or I didn't have enough heat. But I didn't have enough something. Actually, should I stay at 18 or should I cut it, like stretch it out, cut it in half, and then weld it together one more time to make it double layers to make it a 34, I think. No, 36. Because I think I kind of want to try and do that, as I've never done that before. But I'm not sure what, like, I feel like for a random pattern you want a lot more layers, but I could be wrong. Sounds fun. Oopsies. Okay, we're kind of in the, wow, that was waiting stage. Waiting for the billet to heat up because it's very important that it gets the proper temperature. Make it a sand mite, cut it in half and put a middle layer. Oh, wait, that's a kind of cool idea. I kind of want to try that now. I actually really want to try that now. I see somebody said hi, but your name is in Russian and I cannot read that, but I will say hello back anyway. Sand mine. High woods, that's actually, I'm deciding whether I want to do that or not. That's kind of, I kind of want to do that. That wouldn't be any harder, I think. I think that wouldn't be any harder than tell. Should I? You like it? Go for it? Okay, we're gonna do it. if I can figure it out. So, correct me if I'm wrong. A sand mine is just those layers of steel on the outside with a harder high carbon steel on the inside. It would look so nice with the 18 layers on each side. This is a piece of steel. I'm not sure if it would work with these holes. Actually, okay, let's get it forged out, clean it up, cut it in half, and then see what type of size of steel we're gonna need. But this there may be some thing in here that I can use. This is a chisel plow blade, very hard. I like to make my knives out of this. I made a client a blade out of one of these, and he really enjoyed it. And he still likes it. As a matter of fact, he purchased another one, so I better get working on that one soon. How many minutes will takes video? Wait, Brian, how many minutes will takes the video? Do you want to rephrase that? It may be just translating with like weird translation if you're not natively English. I don't really understand your question. That plow piece should be the plow piece should be plenty big and thick as a middle layer. Great. No, Ryan, you're good. I forget. I should drink water while forging. Minutes ago, Anthony Garofolo, this guy subscribed. How long will the video take? This video, like the live stream, it will. Not sure. I'll probably have it forged out in max 2 hours. I think it's getting close. Any steel? Okay, Ryan, probably about a couple hours for the live stream. I would assume probably a couple hours more, maybe, or longer or shorter. I'm guessing I can get it all forged out in 2 hours. But then if I end up going further and like cutting it in half, putting the steel in between, making it a sand mine, then I could give no estimate, but multiple hours. Highwoods. Technically, you can use any steel and a middle steel in a middle layer. There are even standby steels with super steels as middle layers. That's cool. I don't have any super steels. Yeah, yesterday I watched a Forged in Fire where they were making sand mines. And they're using like mild carbon steels for the outside layers and high carbon steels for the inside layers, which was super cool. Also, I'm gonna put these away, but if you, these are knives, by the way, for you, those of you who don't know. If any of you actually want to go buy a couple, the Bowie knife and then this knife, you can go to my Etsy shop, PB Blacksmithing, and you can buy them there if you like. Smoke alarm went off. I guess there was enough smoke in here that it went off. I'm surprised that went off. I think it's getting close, but I want to give it a few more minutes because even though the outside looks close, the inside could actually not be close. And yeah, I see there's about 50 of you, 50 to 60 to 100 of you guys sticking on. See you again. Good luck. Okay, I'll see you later, Ryan. Thanks for joining the stream. You were on for quite a while. Yeah. Basically, right now we're in the waiting stage. I know we've been waiting for a while, but I think we're like this close. Give it 5 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer. See that?
Timer set for 5 minutes.
And in 5 minutes, we're gonna check on it. Actually, I can let you see it now, but like, it may be ready in 5 minutes because the outside looks forgeable, but I've never. Sorry, I almost. You guys still on? Okay. Sorry for the little interruption there. The phone slid down and it pushed some buttons and it was trying to make an emergency call. Definitely don't want to do that. But what I was saying, I've never worked with a piece of steel this big that's like pattern welded or forge welded at all, so. Hey, pretty good. It's been about 100 minutes, so about an hour 40 since we started the live stream. So, yeah. Christopher Kramer, how is the family? We're all doing great, actually. Everyone's kind of getting to that stage where, like, several of us are getting to that stage where we're kind of like moving out, doing our own things and stuff like that. So, several of us are like moving out, sort of. Just dropped one of our sisters down off at college yesterday, actually. But we're all pretty much doing good. US, your message is not in English, so I cannot read it. Or, I don't know, I don't think it's in English. Highwoods Ironworks, I've got a question for you. I've done a blade from W1 steel, about a foot long blade. The blade itself is not very warped, but the edge is wavy. It's not hardened yet. How would you straighten the edge? How would I straighten the edge? You said it's not hardened, so probably what I would do is just take it back to the anvil and just keep straightening it. Like, that's not very good advice, but if the edge is, it's about a foot long. I'm trying to think how I would do that. Oh, like you forge your bevels out straight? Yeah, basically. Honestly, I can't give you a good description. I know Kyle Royer on YouTube would have some advice for that. Well, you may have to pay for his classes actually. You can actually look up on YouTube. There would be a lot of people out there that could help you, and not just on YouTube, but like on blade forums and other blade websites. I actually can't really give you an answer. I've not done enough bigger blades to have a wiggly edge. Wait, a warped, wavy edge, but the spine be straight. Because most of the stuff I've done is pretty thin that way. Yeah, sorry, I can't help very terribly well. Hello, thanks for joining the stream. Let's flip it over. I think it is this close to being done. Hey look, 100 minutes. We just hit the 100-minute mark on this live stream. And we've not hit the metal once. Have you guys seen Ian Z Forge on YouTube? Yeah, I like to watch his live streams. He's a blacksmith, obviously, with that name. And he basically does a lot of live streams. Oh, Christopher, your phone battery's almost dead. My phone battery actually is about 50%. So we can go stream it for a long time. Oh, timer. Well, if your phone dies, Christopher, thanks for being on the stream. Oh, the edge warped while you were grinding. Like, is it big enough is it still thick enough that you can grind the warps out? Because I know that's what I would do if I would do that. I know that's probably what I would do if it was thick enough, but if not, I would just take it back to the forge and re-straighten the blades. Thank you, Christopher. Okay, guys, let's go for it. I'm nervous. Ivan, hello. Borax on it. Let's just keep doing that until I feel confident, which I probably will never feel confident that it's fixed. kept in place. Sorry. So like, this shouldn't have anything happen with it. So basically, the only way something could happen was if it happened during the forging process. So hopefully nothing goes wrong. It's very possible that this will work and not go wrong. Sadly not. The edge is about 1.5 millimeters thick, and I don't want to make it thinner before heat treat because such a long carbon blade is prone to warping, bending. Anyway, well, quantity, yes. That is true. I've not had much experience with that actually, so I can't really help very much, other than, I guess, that's, where's my, okay, yeah. I am American, so I don't really know the like meters and millimeters and stuff very well. But yeah, I just checked. That is not a lot, especially if you're about to eat. Okay, so now, after all that waiting, we gotta do that all again and let it get way back up to heat again. This time it shouldn't take so long, I hope. In theory, shouldn't. But we are going to sit here and I guess just talk because we're waiting on the fork. So if there's any questions about what we're making, what we're doing, anything, go ahead and fire away. So I have some talking points. Actually, let me start another text pool because those are fun to do. Wait, I didn't put any options. Let me do that again. There we go. Try using a torch to heat cutting parts. That's true. You may be able to try. Do you have a carbide hammer? Which is basically a hammer with a little, very small little ball in the end of like a ball peen hammer. A little small carbide ball in the end. I'm not actually sure how that would help with the wavy edge though. Did you normalize your blade before you started grinding? Like, heat it up and slow it down really slowly? Cool it down really slowly, not slowing it down. Ow. Okay, there is a text poll. I see there's a lot of people on. So if you're on right now, you should answer the text poll. Are you a blacksmith is the question. And obviously the answer is yes, the other answer is no. So, you should go ahead and answer that. We're just currently waiting on, for anyone who doesn't know and just joined the stream, we are waiting on the forge to heat up. Well, we're not waiting on the forge to heat up, but we're waiting on the That is one hot forge. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't burning anything. Back there. We've been on for about 110 minutes, yeah, 110 minutes exactly. And we've hit the billet once. We've done one forging cycle. Oh, Highlands, that actually might work, the clamping between heating up and clamping it. That, I think I would definitely go for that. I think I would definitely try that. That's something I never tried, but I think I would definitely try that. Make sure your bars are, flat bars are thick enough so that they won't bend, so that you make sure they stay flat. Okay. Isaiah, I guess. Isaiah Sebastian, hello, thanks for joining the stream. What should I do with these last? I have two bars of 1084 and 15 and 20. So, which would be plenty for making a knife, as I could make an entire knife out of just one bar. Depends what size of knife, actually. What's a type of Damascus you guys would like to see? I'm thinking I kind of want to try raindrop Damascus. That would be kind of cool. Obviously, raindrop. Yes, okay, raindrop. You want to see raindrop as well, Christopher. I really want to get into the mosaic Damascus, mosaic Damascus, because oh, that looks weird. They just look cool, but I think before I can do that, I really need a press, a forge press to get that to work. Also, there's a bunch of you guys on, but only 5 of you have actually voted on the text poll. Are you or are you not a blacksmith? You can answer the poll. I'd like to know the answer. The forge is getting hot. Let's look at it. Raindrop is probably the easiest. That is very true. It does look kind of cool though. That is very hot. Not quite hot enough, but very hot. Way zoomed in still. Yeah. I didn't say it doesn't look cool. Yes. I like it when things are easier to make and still look cool. Part I don't care for, the waiting. Seems to always take a long time. There's only 35 people on. That's not very many people. I I guess it's kind of a boring part of the live stream right now. Let's see how far we can get in this Damascus today. I'm hoping that we can get through making the entire Damascus, like all of it. So, obviously not like actually like necessarily forging out the blade and like grinding it down and stuff, all that stuff, but like it'd be nice to have the Damascus completely soon. You hope to be one day soon. Yes, Justin Warren. Yeah, it's a cool craft to get into. You definitely should do that. There's a lot of dragon fire coming out of the forge. You probably see. Yeah, you can see it. That's a lot more than I usually see. I've seen every episode of Forged in Fire. I feel like I could make it happen. Building a shed at the moment. Wow, that is a lot to watch every episode. I have definitely not watched every episode, but I love Forged in Fire. I absolutely love Forged in Fire quite a lot. You said you're building a shed at the moment. Is that for, like, blacksmithing or just general purpose shed stuff? I think actually I should someday try the Forged in Fire. I don't know how that all works, if you have to be invited or if you go apply or purchase a ticket to get in. I don't know. But like, I would love to someday eventually try and do a Forged in Fire, but not for another like year or two. Look at this. Look at the scale that fell off. 100% just for a blacksmith shop. Okay, that is cool. I want to make sure this time, unlike last time, I get this billet hot enough on the inside, as I'm almost certain for that cable wire Damascus that I did not get it hot enough on the inside. 700 episodes? That, aren't they like all 40 minutes each? Okay, I guess it's a bunch of mini episodes, like small clips. That's a lot. Let me look at their channel. How do I do this? There it is. That is respect, dude. That's a lot of episodes. About 745-minute episodes. Yikes. If you you watched all their episodes, that is a lot. Oh, they have some longer and shorter ones. Like there's one like 2 hours long, like 11 minutes. Another 2 hours, 10 minutes. Yeah, that is a lot. You like, I don't know, if you watched every single one, I feel like you're their number one viewer, I guess. Oh, they're about to hit 1 million subscribers. Look at that. Forge and Fire is about to hit 1 million subscribers. That's cool. I did not realize that. This is me. I am not about to hit 1 million subscribers, but I am about to hit 800. So, you should try and fix that, you know, maybe. Okay, this Damascus is getting closer. Just closer. I am going to plug the recording device, the phone, in. All the battle and pros, the pros, everything. That's all I watched for the last. That's a lot. That is some respect, dude. That is a lot of. I bet you know a lot more tips about forging than I do. So if you have some forging tips up your sleeve, definitely share those. And I think I just smudged my camera. I want to build myself a more proper forge, but this one's fine. Like basically one that has looks cooler and has doors on the front and the back. I feel like a lot of blacksmiths end up building a lot of like some of their stuff, like their forge and stuff like that, because it's just like this thing I bought off of Amazon. I bought basically everything off of Amazon except for a few things. Hey, look. I have coffee. I did not even realize that. I forgot. I mean, I did realize. I just forgot. I really forgot. Are any of you guys coffee drinkers? Or are you not coffee drinkers? A proper forge uses coal. A traditional forge uses coal. But yes, I have thought about making a traditional forge. But for modern blacksmiths, propane forges just work a whole lot better. You have more fun than watching me do it live? No, I've never even heated a piece of metal up, just watching and learning. Okay, thanks Justin, that's good to hear. Yes, all that knowledge you've accumulated in your brain is definitely going to help you with the forging. I kind of just jumped into the forging off the deep end. I didn't know a lot about it, so I had to unlearn some things. But does this fit? Look, it holds my coffee. That was completely random. Yes, that is gonna definitely help with Sorry, my brain is not braining right now, and I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, I do know what I'm saying, I just can't word it very well. Basically, all that watching those videos is definitely going to help. So, you said you were building I have one more question for you, Justin. You said you're building a shed. How far along are you in? When do you think it's going to be complete and you'll be able to, like, start heating up metal? I think we're this close. I think. I could be wrong, but I think we're this close. This close, but then we can take it out, smash it again, recover it in borax, and all the stuff. You use a lot of borax making Damascus. See, there's 8 votes on the poll. Looks like 62% are blacksmiths and 38% are not blacksmiths. At the rate I'm going, it's going to take me about 5 months before an actual attempt at making a knife happens. Okay, well, that's still high wood ironworks. Another question, if it's okay. Yes, of course it's okay. I lost the question. I have the same forge as you, but as of lately, I'm having the trouble that my forge starts stuttering after a while when the gas bottle is full and the hose is new too. What could that be? Okay, so I have had my gas, it start fluttering, and basically, so what you said after a while, usually the only time my gas thing actually flutters is like more close to the beginning when it's not near as hot. I find I never really get any fluttering when it's really, really hot. I'm not really sure what that could be, actually. I run my forge at 15 psi, so when it's basically, you could be running it either too much propane or too little propane. So I'd probably play around with the amount of propane you're actually pumping into there, and also make sure that you're getting enough airflow. And also make sure that you're not getting too much airflow. Both those aspects can affect the amount, like the quality of your flame. Like you see there's a lot of dragon fire coming out of that thing. I think that's a good thing. Basically, I just somehow got the right amount of air. So yeah, high woods, I'm pretty sure that you just need to make sure, play around with the amount of air that's getting in and then also the amount of propane that you're pumping into your forge at the same time. That's my best guess. brush that'll probably melt if I use it. Okay, that does not work very well. I'm watching it cool down. And basically one way that I found, or that I've heard, that you can tell if your layers are welded together is if there's color differences between the layers. And I'm really not seeing color differences, which is a really, really, really good thing. Let's do it one more time. Let's put it through one more forge welding cycle, just to make, you know, extra double sure. Because I like to be safe. I don't really like taking chances all that much. Forged fire doesn't show how long it actually takes to heat that metal. Yes, it does take a long time. I think they have really hot forges, so I think they have forges that are a lot hotter than ours, mine. But yeah, it definitely does take a lot longer than they actually show. Highwoods. I've tried giving it more gas. But if I let it sit at a certain gas flow, it starts fluttering. If I then up the gas flow, it goes away for a short time, then starts fluttering again. Maybe it's airflow? Okay, I would just play around with both of them. So I would probably go and try to play around with both air and gas flow Highwoods, Ironworks. That'd be my best guess. Probably. Wow, guys. We're down to 14 people. Scale. I love watching the scale come off the knife when I'm forging it. We're down to only 14 people. That is not very many. Like, oh, we're down to 9 people. Whoa. When we started the stream, we had an average of like 100 to 150. We'll try and report back. Great. I may be here next Wednesday trying some more forging stuff. Ryan, hello back again. Thank you. I see you're back. We've got the first 2 forge welds sessions, and we're going for the third, just to make sure, extra sure that everything's actually working. Your YouTube says 86 people watching. My YouTube says 9. That's odd. Let me look at my phone. If I can remember how to type a password. Oh guys, look. Look how close we are to 800. That would be like awesome if you guys could get it to 800 people. Like today, if I could get to 800 people today, I would be ridiculously happy. How do I see how many people are watching my YouTube stuff? monoxide detector on the wall just to make sure I don't die from carbon monoxide poisoning. It's me on my live stream. Yes. This one says 14 people. What do I sound like? Interesting. Well, sound is relaxing, the sound of the forge. Yeah, I like it. Hey y'all, what do you think? Christopher Kramer, hello, I guess hello again. What do you think is the best footwear for in a shop? I have leather boots. They are, leather work boots. That's basically all they are. But would you go rather for like, if you say like, if you could just get a type of shoes, like for, not necessarily what you have right now, but like, if you could just get a pair for free, that were anything, what would be like the best type of work shoes for the forge? Timberland, I'm assuming that's a brand. That's not. Also, Ryan, I do see you're back on. I can't remember, did you say you were a blacksmith? I think you said you're a blacksmith. If so, what was the longest blade you forged? Steel toe shoes? Yes, I definitely would have to agree with that. These leather work boots are steel toe. So. Okay. We're gonna make extra super sure that this forge gets hot enough. Because I don't want to have happened to this what happened to the last Damascus I tried. I don't want there to be a lot of delaminations because of improper forging temperatures. I can see the outside seems to be nice and hot, but like, I really don't know what the inside is. I'm still in the experimenting stage and learning stage when it comes to Damascus, but yeah, I guess one can only learn from your mistakes. So, which I'm trying to this time. I wonder where everyone went. Like, is 3 o'clock not a very good hour for live streaming? Because I only have 13 people. Like, we're averaging around 10. Can you show us? Yeah, I can show you the metal in the forge. Absolutely. Wow. I don't want to get the phone too close as it will melt, but there it is. There is the steel in the forge. You like this hobby, Ryan? Yes, I love this hobby too, obviously, since I'm doing it. Yeah. That's good, like, hot enough? Say, no, that's good, Justin. Are you saying that's hot enough? I know on a camera it can be a little bit hard to actually tell the actual temperature, as cameras are a little bit deceiving sometimes. On to what the temperature actually shows. Oh no, the camera is good. Okay. I wonder when all the people are going to come back. Like, we're averaging around 10 people now, which is a little bit weird. You guys should go watch this video. It's the last video I put out. You don't have any clue of the temperature on camera? Yep.
That would be accurate.
Highwoods Ironworks. Do you think about getting that rolling stainless steel table from Vevor I send you for the forge after the stump tragedy? Yes, I have thought about it. Maybe not the exact same one. I'm thinking about a different one that's a little bit different dimensions, but yes, I am definitely thinking about that. Actually, I've been in a buying frenzy right now where I'm just purchasing random things for my shop, just like little tools and stuff like that. And I'm definitely thinking, I actually almost bought it one night, but then I hesitated a little bit because I wasn't 100% sure of the dimensions I wanted. But yes, I am absolutely thinking about that. Have absolutely thought about that, and I think I will do it because this stump will probably catch on fire again before we're done, I would assume. Let's just make it a tradition. Every time I forge on YouTube, the stump catches on fire. I wonder how much propane I have left. I wonder how much propane I burn through every time I do one of these live streams for a long time. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, look how close we are to 800 subscribers. We have 793 subscribers. If you like, it would be awesome if you could do that. 12 to 2 p.m. are prime time for most weekdays, and 10 to 9 p.m. on weekend. Oh, 10 to 9 a.m. Oh, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I wonder why it was such a sudden cutoff at the end of 2, at 3. Yeah, that would be a unique point of my streams. You are very right. Hey guys, look at this. While we're waiting, I might as well show you this. 1,800 views in 140 minutes. So these live streams are super, super worth it. I really should do a lot more than I do. Also, my voice is starting to go completely. Not completely, but yeah. It's starting to disappear on me. Shut all the lights off. You can see the side of the forge. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. The side of the forge is glowing. There's a ton of dragon fire coming out everywhere. And then the inside rim is actually also glowing. So this forge is running very hot. Let's open up those doors again. that, I'm back. Didn't mean to walk away. Oh, that's sad. Your phone battery level is low. Okay. Isn't it really late for you, Highwood Ironworks? I think last time I did one of these live streams, you mentioned it was like 3 in the morning or something like that. You live in like the other side of the world or something, I guess? That'd be sad. I guess if your phone's charged, you can always come back again. If I'm still on, which I might be. I really need to build up stamina as forging. It's 10 p.m. Okay. I must have done a lot. Like, oh, I was like Germany. Okay, Germany's a really cool country. I've never been there before, but I don't know much about Germany, but I kind of like Germany. Also, what is this? Oh, look. Polishing cloths. 100 jewelry polishing cloths. This costs about $10. I bought 2 sunshine cloths, which are about that big, and it also cost about $10. So we're gonna see which one actually does better. Whether the official like sunshine cloth does better, or if just regular off-brand jewelry cloth, sunshine cloth does better. It's just for polishing like carnauba wax, which is the hardest known wax to man, on Earth, not to man. I mean, yeah, to man, but like the hardest natural wax, which you put on like your Damascus blades to get like a shiny finish. Okay, well, Highwoods. If you have to leave, bye. Thank you for being on the stream. You've been on for quite a while. It is always enjoyable to have you on the stream, actually. Let's see if we can get one more forge in before you're gone. Probably not. I have a little charging block that's keeping my phone charged. It's plugged into the phone right now, so it doesn't die while live streaming. I did that once. I ran it completely out of battery right in the midstream. That wasn't good. Pretty strong magnet. It has about a 100-pound pull force, and I got it a couple days ago because I thought it looked really cool. You like window leather for cleaning your knives? I don't know what that is actually. Justin Warren, Florida. If you ask where we were from, mine's on charge. Or, oh, okay, your phone's on charge or it would be dead. Yeah. Yeah. You're from Florida. I have at least one friend. No, I have some people, relatives, and a couple friends. At least like a couple friends down in Florida. Florida's a cool place. It's just kind of hot down there. Really hot, really humid. Sorry, I don't know where the accent came from. It's not bad. I'm in Indiana. I don't know if you can see that on the live stream or not, but you can probably find it somewhere on the internet. I live in Indiana. I kind of like it here. The weather's a little bit, random, but it never really gets too ridiculously hot or too ridiculously cold. On average. There was one winter it was like negative 40 degrees, not terribly long ago, like a decade ago or something like that. And it does get up most summers it ends up reaching like 100 degrees, but that's only for like a week or something, and then it's back down again. So like, it's a good midpoint for me, in my opinion. Highwood. It's like a very thin leather handkerchief you can buy in Germany for window cleaning. I'm not sure what it would be the actual American name for it. Okay. I guess that does make sense by the name window leather. I don't know, I kind of feel like America's too cheap to use leather for cleaning their windows. If they can get around making it cheaper, they're definitely gonna make it cheaper. Slightly fuzzy, like a microfiber-y type cleaning. Also, how's the audio of the video? Is it bad or medium or good, or like how loud am I? What's just the quality? I wish you live in USA. It's $2 or $3. Not bad. You live in Belgium, so I don't know if we can command your knife. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't ship no, not commercially. That's not internationally, not yet. Everything audio-wise sounds perfect. Sound is good. Perfect. Belgium. What continent is Belgium in, Ryan? I recognize the name, this probably sounds so dumb. Where is Belgium? Oh, look. I think the Damascus is hot enough to forge. Time. Oh wow, that's incredibly hot. To see if it welded together properly or not. Nice. Make it flat. Stick it in the vise and grind the sides. All right, I'm gonna go to bed and charge my phone. See you in the next vid or stream. Or if you have questions, message me. Okay, thank you, Highwood. It was great having you on the stream. Gotta help each other out, yeah. Okay. If welded properly. I really hope it did. This is like the official metals you use for this. Sometimes. Looks welded. Belgium is close to France in Europe. Okay. Guys, I think, let me turn this around. This is a solid block of steel. They are all welded together, and I believe they're welded together properly. Ryan, I see. I don't know if it's possible to buy your knife and transfer it to Belgium. I'm not sure either. Do they have a lot more stricter rules about what you guys can and can't have? I know America's much more lax on a lot of weapons type. things than a lot of other countries are. Let's forge this out. Actually, I need to grind the top off. It's very, this could be the make or break, possibly. So much grinding related to in the Damascus making project side. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed and work. Work. And see you in the next video. Okay. I will see you later. Brian, thank you for being on the stream. Okay, so I'm wondering if the best timing for people is on the weekdays 12 to 2. I'm wondering if I should. Oh, my stump is on fire again. You can see it smoldering. We've been on for 160 minutes. I'm wondering if I should pause the project right now and then work on it again next Wednesday when more people are going to be on, because I'm getting a very, very little average. My face is filthy. I'm filthy. I'm disgusting. I think I'm going to do that. forgot there's a charging block attached. Okay, wow, yeah. There's only 3 people on right now. Don't get me wrong, you 3 people are valuable, but I prefer to have a bigger audience if I'm gonna do something that difficult. If you have any questions before I leave, go ahead and fire those off while I get ready to stop the stream. If you'd like to see the results of the stream, I am now at 193. I think that's about 40 subscribers for this stream. Ouch! That's hot, by the way. Sorry, that was really loud. The entire anvil vise is hot. I just put my hand on that really hot piece of metal in the vise. That was really stupid. And for this stream, if you're interested, gotten about 18,200 views on this stream. So it's pretty good. Yeah, okay, 18,157. Not bad. Not bad at all. 90 hours of watch time. Well, I'm gonna leave the stream, and next Wednesday, probably next Wednesday if possible, I'll be back on here. If not then, check the Wednesday after that, or I'll probably do some on Saturdays. I may get a friend, or Friday, Saturday, Friday, Wednesday. Check on those days and I may be live streaming. Yeah, see y'all. Thank you all for joining the stream.